Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome, Wavehealernation, back to the show. It has been so long since I've put out any type of content, really. I kind of slowed down on the interviews, slowed down on the film festivals, the uh, conventions, all sorts of things. The main reason is because I became a certified yoga instructor last year. I started teaching and I've had my own experience, which we'll share eventually. But it was a crazy year. And then I got engaged right before Thanksgiving of last year. And I had a brand new job that took a lot of my time. Really grateful to be there. I'm now at USG Ceilings. It's a really big architectural sales position where I cover the entire southern California area. So that's been all those things have been taking a lot of time for me, but I really did miss just podcasting. For me, it's just like free therapy. It's a fun, creative outlet I get to have. Um, Even though I haven't made a lot of money off of it throughout my entire experience, I still love doing this. Maybe one day I will, but who knows? um, but for me, I love to share with you guys, and again, it's just another way to creatively release for me. So I wanted to do my traditional um, story or share this with you, just because I just feel like there's something in there for someone, and I just wanted to share what I had so far. So, as you guys know, if you've been listening for a long time, I usually do a word for the year. I've been doing this since 2019, and 6 years later, it's still really serving me. And I was a little worried because it was getting close to the end of the year, and I had no indication of what my word for 2025 was going to be. It came to me very late, and I don't know if it's because I haven't been meditating as much, or if it was just meant to be that way, or I felt like, all the things went through my mind, right? Like, am I not listening to God? Am I not tuning in to Source? Am I not really focused on what His plan is for me? I really want to hear Him, and I really want to dial into uh, a higher frequency, if you will. So I started doing that, and I want to say it was, I don't know, maybe October, November, and the phrase that just kept coming to me was "I am enough." And at first, I was like, okay, I guess that's going to be my mantra, my phrase. It's going to be more than one word for 2025. And I went a little bit deeper with it. As you guys know, I started researching, started meditating, praying about it, and the word that came to me for 2025 is compassion. Um, And as you guys know, normally when I share these things, the word has a totally different meaning throughout the year than what I thought it would be. I'll give you a quick example. So, just walking through where I started in 2019, my word was surrender, and that word served me very well. It was a very healing time for me. In 2020, the word was connection that I received. And bear in mind, I always obtain these words, these thoughts. This is like my New Year's resolution that pulls me through the years. This one word, everything centers around it. So I got this word in 2019. God gifted it to me. And little did I know how much that of an impact that was going to have, right? Like the world shut down. We were all craving attention from each other, craving physical connection with another human being. So the word connection came to me in 2019 for the year of 2020. Very powerful year, right? A lot of things happened. For 2021, the word was master, meaning master your craft. That's when I got really into weightlifting and got really technical about my eating habits and gaining weight and building muscle and all that sort of stuff. That was a really nice, fun year, and I really enjoyed the series, the 4-part series that came out of that. Sometimes I just go back and listen to it for myself. I think those episodes are buried somewhere on Buymeacoffee. Anyway, on 2022, my word was balance. That was one of the most difficult years for me because I thought balance meant I was going to get a lot more time to rest, and I did not. It was difficult for me figuring out how to balance time, energy, strength, relationships, life, work versus play and relaxation, and just everything. It was a lot, but it was very helpful. That led me to Pastor Teray's book called Balance. That was one of the things that helped me throughout that year. And then in 2023, or 2 years ago now, which is crazy, my word was create. And I was still had my manager at that time. I was still considering myself that was my first year at being a professional actor, meaning that I had graduated from acting school at the actor studio of Orange County in Santa Ana. And then I went into the industry, I got a manager, and I started auditioning. I think I had like 233 auditions that year. I booked 8 of those, and 3 of them are what we would consider substantial. Even though I was a non-union actor, I had a Red Bull commercial, I had a supporting role in a short film, and I had a promo with the city of Newport Beach on their website, which was really dope. And I think overall I made around $5,000 my first year as a professional actor. So it was a really great year. I felt like that word create really served me well into, I did a lot of other things with the podcast and with the platform as well. I think that was the first year I kind of started getting into film festivals, and I went to the Punk in the Park, so I was getting into music festivals. I think I had an MMA event that year, a couple of local independent MMA events that year, maybe like the year before, which was really cool. So I felt like I was creating and putting out a lot. And it was just that time of the season to be creative. And then, as you guys know, I got laid off my job at the end of 23 that I had been at for 6 years. Had a great time. It came to an end. And then my manager went in another direction. So I was dropped by my manager. I think simply because they were no longer repping talent in LA. And then that the acting just stopped. And then that's when I thought, I'll be a certified yoga instructor. Which brings me to the word for 2024. Which my word for 2024 was restore. I, again, thought this was going to be completely different than what it was. I thought, again, it was going to be a lot more time for rest and relaxation. I had one of the busiest years I've ever had last year. And it was truly beautiful. It was truly amazing. God completely restored my life. He restored my life with this brand new job at USG Ceilings. It was a better position, making more money with a lot more opportunity. I got out of the place I had been living at for the past 4 years, which it served me well while I was there in Cyprus, but now I got to move back to Huntington Beach. So new job, new home or new place. I got a brand new car with the company, which is very grateful for that. Much better opportunity, much better deal, much better situation. And then on top of all of that, I got engaged, which I'm very thankful for. I got engaged right before the end of last year, right before Thanksgiving. So now I'm turning the page, starting a new chapter, and that brings us to 2025, the word compassion. It made me a little nervous at first when I received that word, because I always think about to connection, and then I think about to restore and balance, and I'm like, okay, I have an idea of what this means, and I have an idea of what's in the future, but then something completely different happens during that time. So I feel like at this point in my life and what it means for me, and I'm not exactly sure, but what I feel like and what I think is that I no longer have to prove myself to anybody. I am enough the way that I am. I don't have to go out here and try to be a famous actor. I don't have to try to be a top superstar yoga teacher. I don't have to prove that I'm a good sales rep, because I've been doing it for 10 years. I know that I'm a good sales rep. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Doesn't matter if they don't agree with me, they don't like me, whatever. I'm enough the way that I am. And I get to have self-compassion, compassion for myself to just be able to exist, just to be able to be here. And that's enough for me. I feel like I have given so much back, and I get filled up so much just by teaching yoga, period. Just by all the people that have come up to me and told me how much I've helped them, how much they enjoy my class, or how much they hate my class and how I need to adjust it, or they don't like the music that I play, or whatever it is. I just get filled up from just interacting with people that way and just knowing that. Um, a lot last year, I was teaching a lot of my interior designers through corporate because USG supports what I do with yoga. And just to have so many people in the corporate field come up to me and say, "Hey, I've never done yoga before. Thank you for your class. I really enjoyed that." And who knows where that may lead. That kind of almost is how it started for me. Just working a corporate America job for so long, working a sales job for so long, and finding yoga, being able to fix my posture, relax my body, use these techniques of journaling and breath work, being able to creatively release all the traumatic things that, or help me work through a lot of the things that have happened to me throughout my life. So just knowing that I'm gifting that to somebody else through my journey and practice and following yoga, it's just a beautiful thing. I told a friend, a group of friends, that I'm at the point where if all I do for the rest of my life is teach yoga for free in the park, that would fill me up. And I feel like that's a beautiful place to be at. Just not wanting anything, any physical material, and just wanting to share with people. It's just a nice place to be. Um, that being said, I understand that this year has not started the way that a lot of people intended. The biggest thing is the fires happening so close to us right here in LA. Um, it's very damaging. It's extremely heavy and painful. And I'm sorry to everybody who is having to deal with it. My heart goes out to you. I know a lot of people are posting resources and offering spaces and uh, trying to help in any way, shape, or form that they can. It's hard to say uh, how it started, whose fault it is that we have these limited resources, trying to contain the fires or whatever it may be. But this is just the spot that we're in now, and something we have to deal with. I don't know how long it's going to last. Nobody does. Hopefully it gets more contained. I will say that it's lasting way longer than I initially anticipated. I thought we'd kind of be through it by now, but I feel like it's been a whole week of fires and it's only supposed to get worse. So it definitely affects the entertainment industry. It definitely affects another thing that I'm thinking about is we have the Olympics here in 3 years in LA. And we were already kind of behind schedule and like getting the city ready for that. And I feel like this is only just going to delay it more. I know that there was supposed to be a football game in SoFi this week and for the wild card for the NFL, and they've pushed that to Arizona. So it's just a lot of things that are happening and a lot of things that are going on. And I know some of my friends are affected. They've already evacuated their homes, and people that I'm close to. So it's a crazy thing. And I appreciate all my friends and family from the East Coast reaching out, seeing if I'm okay. I appreciate, my group of friends, just checking on each other, reaching out, knowing that, I'm here to help as much as we can and whatever I can do. So thank you guys for listening to that. And I don't want to beat the dead horse, but it just the year. I don't think anybody was expecting that starting off the year. I feel like it's kind of swept the whole nation. That's what's only been on the news and the media, which is crazy. So I guess we're just gonna see, where the changes happen and where that goes. I think that word compassion for me personally is to have compassion with myself. Um, to be able to put out the content that I feel is relevant, that I need to put out, that helps people, finding that balance in between both, um, and just having compassion for others, knowing that, hey, they're dealing with stuff, and we just got to adjust to whatever is going on in the world. Um, some other personal things that happened to me, I think, too, is like going home this last trip for Christmas, it did not go the way I thought it would. There were extreme moments of joy and happiness with my mom that I really got to create some nice memories. And then there were some events that there were some people I thought I was going to see that didn't get to see. There were some people I wasn't expecting to see that I got to catch up with. But overall, to me, that trip just made me feel like that I had moved on from my life in Virginia, and it was kind of a bittersweet moment. Um, Definitely would. I always love going back. I always love. I feel like I get a nice rest in, and it's a great place to just be peaceful. And I'm so grateful I came up from there. But it just really, it was a trip that solidified for me that I had moved on, and I'm making a life here for myself in California. And I'm really sad to know that I don't know. I'm just not as close to certain family members as I used to be, and people have kind of moved on, and I've moved on, and it's just changing. It's just different. Um, so I get to have compassion for myself and leaving that world behind and moving forward, and bringing people that I want to bring with me, and just understanding that not everybody wants to grow, not everybody wants to go where I'm headed, and that it's a reminder, kind of like this life, you do it with people and you do it in community, but also like it's for you. Like you have your experiences, you have your feelings. In addition to that, so uh, interesting time of year, interesting time of place to be in. I am enough. 2025. The word compassion. I think it'll be a lot more of a challenge too to see how strong I am going through. I am excited. My fiance and I are going to Japan in March. We are scheduled for our wedding and to get married in May. Wedding in May, and then I have a big sales trip in Orlando coming up in later this year in October, and we'll see what becomes of all that. We also are planning to look at houses and look at a home or some kind of apartment or condo together, which is crazy out here in Southern California. So we'll see what all happens. I think it'll be a lot of having compassion for other people as well too, and just having compassion for the world, having compassion for the mistakes that we've made as a human race, and moving forward into, all right, how can we be better, individually and together as a community. Um, I really do feel the weight of all that, because I think, as you know, having a platform, being in the entertainment industry, even to the small level that I am, I feel like it is, or even just being a yoga teacher as well, is like bringing content, bringing resources to people that provide relief, and having compassion for people to get out of the situations of that they may be in, like situations of debt, situations of not making the smartest move but wanting to dig themselves out of it. Same for myself as well. I've come a long way in this journey of moving to California 10 years ago, and still continuing this platform and this project, sharing with you guys. And it has always evolved, and it always will. And I'm excited to still just get to be a part of it and get to be something bigger than myself. So um, that's where I'm headed. That's where we're headed, as a community moving into 2025. For myself, it's compassion. It means I am enough. It means that I get to have feelings, be human, and be okay with that, and be enough, that I'm a man enough to step up to this mic and share with you guys, but also be a good future husband for my fiance, potentially a good future dad. Try to make this world brighter than what it currently is. And maybe one day get to raise a family of my own and have them be bright, beautiful individuals. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's where we're headed. And I'm excited to still talk about fun things. I'm hoping that I can get back into some more events, get back into this, and just figure out how to make it fun for everybody, including myself, being able to do this. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give me a like. And if you see me out at an event, feel free to stop by, say hi, talk about any fun things you want to talk about, wrestling, MMA, sports, whatever it is. And I am excited to connect. So thank you so much, guys. And I'll see you in the next episode.